When I'm in a play, as part of my nightly vocal warm-up, I perform sets of scales in the voice of a chimpanzee.
Okay, will you give us a quick rendition?
Of course. It's just, you just go through the scales as a chimpanzee.
Do you just do this for plays? Because I've been next to you in a dressing room, I think, for a gig, and I didn't hear chimpanzees.
I used to do a singing tape of oh, and then what? That was lovely.
That's lovely.
And la la la. That's really is lovely. Don't blow your nose.
Rob, where did you get this from? Who was it? Another celebrity that gave you the idea?
No, it was one night I was doing it, and the other actor said, when I started going, ooh, 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 to just relax, ooh, 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 he said, you sound like a chimpanzee. So then I went, ooh, 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 and I found it really opened up the diaphragm, and it actually worked.
Can you go the other way? Can you go from the high note down?
That's what Dale was asking me earlier. Is he angry, Lee? Is he angry?
Well, it's hard to tell what colour his face is, but can you go... Can you go from the high note down?
Oh, excellent.
That is good.
Who was the actor who said you looked like a chimpanzee?
Miranda, you know very well he didn't say I looked like a chimpanzee. You're not going to trip me up like that. It was Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh gave you this idea.
He did.
Yeah, laugh it up, Balding.
I know your reaction was to
The reaction was, how preposterous. The man with the breakfast cereal would be in a play with Kenneth Branagh. Yet it was true. So what are you thinking? Mitchell, Winton, Bacon.
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
Yeah.
Do you think it's true?
Oh,
Dan?
absolutely. He does it so well.
I think it would sort of help.
Yeah.
What about you? Balding, Mack, Heart.
That sounds a series of illnesses, that. I mean, so... I'm afraid you've got balding Mack heart.
So what are you going to say?
I think he's probably lying.
I think it's true. Imagine
You're
you
saying
and
true,
Branagh
you're
in
saying
the wings
tonight.
having a right old hoot doing that together.
You say...
No, I'm going to go with Claire.
You're going to say lie?
Yeah.
You're saying lie? You're saying true?
True.
It is, in fact, a lie.
Well done, Davies.
At school, I invented a game called Snorkel, Parka Music Practice Room.
There we are. Lee's team, what do you think?
What was the game called again?
It was called Snorkel, Parka Music Practice Room.
Right, and can you describe the game to us?
Myself and several friends, we all had snorkel parkas.
What is a snorkel parka for some of the younger viewers?
It's a large hooded coat with a fur-lined collar.
The one that comes out at the front.
Yeah, and you can zip it up so that it comes right up, and so that only your eyes are visible.
Can you describe the rules? Imagine we've never met, I've got my snorkel parka. What would happen next?
Well, then you and I, Lee, will go to the music practice room when...
I'm not falling for this again.
And you zip up your snorkel parka, and then you when someone's practicing their violin with a violin teacher in the music practice room, you duck down below the window, and then you just come up with your snorkel parka on.
So just imagine you're a historical reenactment society. You've got your members there.
I suppose
How would you...
I'd have to fully demonstrate it by using my making an ad hoc
Feel free to
snorkel
ask
parka.
Richard and David to help you out on this.
Will you help me out with this?
Well, I mean, I you see, this is one of the moments where I don't like having to. All right.
Want to do it?
Yeah, all right. Below, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you imagine that this was the music practice room and there was someone in there having a lunchtime violin lesson, you would wait until they were in mid-tutorial and
Right,
then,
I'm picturing it, yeah.
and then together, after three.
Okay. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
That's it, really.
Was the secret to getting the fact that they never knew who you were? Because you
They wouldn't know who you were because there's only your eyes showing. And he'd tell you to go away, so you would all duck down away, and then you'd leave it for a minute.
And then come back
and then
up
you'd just come back up again, yeah.
What age were you?
Maybe...
Tell me you weren't one of the teachers.
No, maybe 13, 14.
Right the way through to when you left?
Right through till sixth form, yeah.
You never got told to stop this, or you got...
Yeah, well, they would bang on the window and be really furious with us.
For 5 years, they were
duck
banging
down.
on the window. They never once thought to come out and say, lads, it's getting really boring.
But you see...
And we know you are, Greg, because you're 8'6".
But just out of interest, by show of hands, who would like to play Snorkel Parka music practice room?
I'm quite keen on the game.
I've already played it. I didn't really enjoy it.
It sounds ridiculous. I mean, the last
It
time
does sound utterly ridiculous, Greg. It's almost as if you're lying.
Do you think he is lying, Lee? What are you going to say on this one?
Well, I actually believe him. I could just see you doing that for kicks and giggles.
Bob, which way are you leaning with this?
Well, it's got the anticipation, it's got the jeopardy, it's got the lot.
Yeah.
What a game!
Greg,
Something tells me you're going to get a phone call from Waddington's.
If this gets picked up, this is... Just because I've talked about it now, it's mine, right?
It's only yours
Yeah.
if you really played it. If it's a lie, then you haven't copyrighted
Well,
it.
who's it? If it is a lie and I've just read it off this thing, whose idea is it?
Well, the person who wrote the lie.
I'd like to maintain the rights to Balaclava Sports Hall. if anyone's interested.
Right, Lee, it's time to take a guess. What are you going to say?
We're going for true.
You're saying it's true. OK. Greg, were you telling the truth? Or were you telling
Well, right, because that would make me utterly pathetic, wouldn't it? Yes, I was telling the truth.
Yes, it's true. Greg did invent a game called Snorkel Parka Music Practice Room. At school, Greg was very popular with the other pupils. Not surprising, really, considering they'd created him in a science lesson.
I've had to stop listening to a classic 1980s pop song because every time I play it, it makes my baby daughter cry.
David and team.
What is the song?
I can't talk about it. It's Ultravox, Vienna.
And how many times had you played it and she cried before you decided, oh, hang on, no, this is definitely a trend?
It happened 3 times randomly, and on the 3rd time I thought, this has got to be... That's not a coincidence now, because she seems to be doing it at the same point.
Which bit?
Well, it starts off quite slow. It goes... We'll be here all night if I do this. and then suddenly, he goes, the feeling is gone. And then she started crying her eyes out, and I thought, that was coincidence. So I tried it once, finally, just to test it.
So after the 3rd time, you decided, OK, I'm spotting a trend, and then you played it a 4th time.
4th time. I even filmed it. I thought I'll film the evidence.
Yeah. How loud was the track when you were playing it?
Piercingly loud that would make a baby cry, because I really wanted to prove my point on the 4th one.
So what are you thinking, David?
Greg, what do you think?
I don't know. I haven't had any children of my own, so I don't know whether or not they just hate one track like that.
You should get one, because then they'll get a sandpit and you'll be happy.
I think it's true. I think it's a lie. Really?
I think it's true, because I think the pitch of the music, I think it is the kind of thing that could disturb a little baby.
Well, I'm going to go with Kirsty. I think it's true.
You think it's true?
Yeah.
OK. Lee, were you telling the truth, or was it a lie?
It is, in fact, true.
It is true. And, rather excitingly, we can prove it.
I did film it. I felt terrible. I did it once. It's never been played again. Play the BT.
So here it is.
So I'm going to play this once and we'll never do this again. All right, Millie, promise you we'll never do this again.
Sorry, Millie. The bizarrest thing. I think you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen. Now that's light entertainment.
It makes me so angry because they wouldn't show the clip of me attacking my mother with a taser. But it was really funny.
I was once hospitalised after fooling around with a blow-up toy.
David's team.
What was the blow-up toy?
Well, it was a lilo.
A lilo? Just a normal flat lilo?
It was a normal flat lilo, but it had a bit sticking out of it that held your margarita, like a cup holder thing on the edge.
Where were you? Club Tropicana?
Well, somewhere very similar to that, Ibiza. And I was in the swimming pool, and you know when you put your arms up here on your lilo as you're laying down?
Yes.
And someone came up underneath my lilo, pushed it over, and my arm completely goes out of socket. It's completely disjointed, sticking out like an L shape.
What happened to your margarita?
Spilt.
How long did it take for your arm to heal up afterwards to get back to normal?
Great question, David.
Well, I get out and I'm on the side of the swimming pool, and I'm in agony, screaming.
Yeah. All the other tourists were trying to name which tune it was that you were singing.
Yeah. So anyway, my wife calls the ambulance. Now, the ambulance that comes is one of those really small ones that they have in Spain. So when they try to put me in the ambulance, I don't go in properly.
How small was it?
Because my arm's sticking out and I can't get through the door. So the guy gets out the ambulance man, and I'm screaming, and my wife is saying, give him something for the pain, give him something for the pain. So the guy takes off his T-shirt, rolls it up into a little ball, puts it in my mouth and says, bite on this. I had to bite on his sweaty T-shirt to stop the pain.
Did that help with the pain?
Well, it just stopped the screaming.
How long did it take to heal up? I asked the question again as you swerved it.
I had to go to hospital.
I don't understand that, but after you went to hospital, how long did it take for your arm to get back to normal so it was fine?
I had an operation.
My client does not want to answer the question.
I'll tell you what happened. I was in there, and, you know...
Tell you what, there's nothing wrong with your knees.
I had to have the tendons sewn together.
Yeah.
And you know when they wheel you into that recovery room?
Yeah.
And as you wake up, as you wake up from kind of anaesthetic, you get really cold, don't you?
Yes.
So I'm shivering away in bed, and I'm saying to the people in the recovery room, oh, I'm freezing. All of a sudden, this nurse, who was huge, big woman, hears me saying that across the other side of the room, and she hears me saying across the other side of the room that I'm cold.
Yeah.
Next minute, she comes bounding across, lays on top of me, saying, I'll keep him warm. It was like a terrifying version of Baywatch.
What kind of unorthodox medical procedures are going on here?
So how long did it take you to recover from this?
I'm just thinking, Martin, that if we wanted to bring this to life, to visualise it...
Shall I be the nurse?
Mel, you could be the nurse.
Can I just say, I am only half dressed. I can't reveal day wear.
Even to lie on Martin Kemp?
Yeah, go on. I'll reveal day wear.
So you're lying down.
So I'm lying down in bed.
Watch your shoulder now, Martin.
I'm lying down in bed.
Right.
Saying...
Yes?
I'm freezing.
Very cold. He's very, very cold. Please.
I'm freezing.
We need a nurse. We need a nurse. Take your chance, woman. Get on. Martin, are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
So it was kind of like that. But I'll tell you something, it was the last lilo I've ever gotten.
So how long did it take to recover from this injury?
Did that really happen?
Now then, what are you thinking? Truth or lie?
I think it's pure fallacy.
Lie.
I say for sure he's lying.
Oh, yeah.
Lie. We'll say lie.
You're going to say it's a lie. Martin Kemp, lie or truth? I think he means it's true.
What is that? I thought you were expecting Mel to press your nipple and it would come up.
This much is true.
It says possession, but I was young. I was young.
There's a little box under your desk. If you take the item out of the box and put it on the desk, OK? Pop it on the desk first, and then read out the card.
This is an ukabong. Me and my cousins would each make an ukabong to play the nasty family game, ukabong.
There we are. Lee's team.
So you're saying it's called an ukabong?
Ukabong. Ukabong.
How do you spell it, Nasty? Just spell it for Lee, because he's a bit slow.
U-K.
Yeah.
A.
Yeah.
And then bong.
Bong.
U-K-A.
And then bong. Bong.
How do you make it? What's it made of?
It's a sock.
Made out of socks.
Yeah. What's inside the sock?
More socks.
More socks.
Is it just lots of socks?
So, boom, basically, it's a family game, and everyone has their own ukabong.
Do you hit each other?
Yeah. It's your own tool.
So you whack people with that? With the ukabong?
Yeah, with your own ukabong, but there's stipulations to it. You got to all be in a room, and you got to turn off the lights, yeah? And the hit only counts, yeah, is if you hit someone and you say ukabong. If you hit someone, yeah, and you don't say ukabong, the whole room rushes you. And then my grandma says the first one who cries gets beaten. We be in my grandma's, yeah, up top room. Boom, there's like 15 cousins and my Uncle Simon, yeah? Boom. My Uncle Simon's a cool cat. He was a cool cat.
Yeah.
Yeah? So, boom now. Everyone's got their ukabong.
David is very nervous.
Yeah. I haven't even got my own ukabong. I'm defenceless.
Hang on a minute. No, I've got one here. There you go.
Thank you very much.
So, boom now, yeah? We're in the room now. It's me. It's all dark and that. Swinging at everyone. Ukabong, ukabong. So then, boom, if I hit you, ukabong. Yeah. Obviously, it probably hurts. You go, ah. But then now, my Uncle Simon, yeah? We thought he had the special ukabong.
Oh, this is taking a sinister turn.
Man thought his ukabong was sent from God. Do you know what Uncle used to do? He used to put a tennis ball in his ukabong.
Do you know what? I thought it was going to be worse than that.
So, he would come with, like, Zeus's ukabong. One shot, KO. Everyone's out. Starts crying. Grandma comes in. Everyone gets their ass passed. We have to read Bible.
If it's dark, how does everyone know that you've successfully ukabonged somebody? You could be lying.
I should hear someone say ow, or
Yeah, the ow. No, you're definitely going to hear an ow. And when Uncle Simon ones goes off, it's more of a...
What do you think, Scarlett?
I want to do it.
Yeah.
I really want to play it now. I think it's true.
Scarlett.
Yay, colour! Yes!
Hang on.
Yes! Ukabong!
This is
Hey, guys, I've got a great idea. Let's all ukabong Rob.
There we are. That's what we pay our licence fee for. What are you thinking then, Lee? Why don't you go for a guess here?
What do you think?
I think it's 100% true.
You do? Why?
Yeah. Because it's just fun, isn't it? I can imagine you doing that. We did
Is that fun?
Ah!
Sorry, ukabong.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no, we all have to attack him.
That's just domestic violence without ukabong, bro.
Thomas.
I'm with the other two. I think it's absolutely
All
true.
think it's true. OK. Nasty. Truth or lie?
Truth!
Until last year, I believed that reindeer were fictional creatures like unicorns, until my 6-year-old daughter told me the truth.
Please, team.
Until how long ago?
Last year.
Oh. Is it because Father Christmas's reindeers fly? So that's why they couldn't possibly
maybe
be
that's
true?
why I came to that
get that.
conclusion. That I just felt like it was a ridiculous notion, yeah.
You were aware of deer, though, weren't you?
Yes, actually I was.
So you'd
because
seen
of Bambi.
Deer?
Hang on, because of a fiction... This doesn't make sense. You've seen a fictional reindeer
Well, if
flying in the sky.
If Bambi flew, then I probably wouldn't have believed in deer.
What about Dumbo? Did you not believe in elephants?
Did you stop believing in carpets when you saw Aladdin?
You know, I remember my ex-husband telling me that the moon was made of cheese, and I believed that. Like, there are things that I...
I think we should stop here for a second. You genuinely believed what your husband said when he said the cheese?
Well, I thought maybe it had, like, the same chemical makeup as cheese.
Can I just point out, Lily, you are saying this out loud on television.
Wow. Let's go back to the conversation between you and your little girl. How did it come about, and what did she say?
I was going to take them on a trip to Lapland.
Right.
My daughter said, "Are there going to be reindeer?" And I said, "Don't be ridiculous. Reindeer aren't real."
What was her reaction to that?
She had been to another farm in Gloucestershire and had seen some reindeer, so she knew that reindeer were real.
And how long did this carry on?
Until I googled reindeer.
Wow.
So, what are you going to say?
Well, it's a tricky one, because I can't believe she's never, up until that point, seen a reindeer.
I don't understand how you can go through life without seeing a real reindeer.
Sorry, are we talking about reindeer? Not...
Hello, David.
No, but... Sorry, because reindeer, they don't exist, do they? No,
Grandpa's woken up from his sleep on Christmas Day.
You can definitely go through your life without seeing reindeer.
No, you can't.
They're not like pigeons.
So what's it going to be, Lee? Let's go for a decision.
I mean, I still can't believe that giraffes are real. I've been to the zoo and I've seen giraffes. I still don't quite believe they're real.
Did you get out and feel it like Noddy would? I think it's a lie.
She's very believable, though.
You think she's lying, but she's believable?
Yeah.
And what kind of answer is that? I hope it's a lie, for Lily's sake.
Lily, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling a lie.
My ability to do the splits proved invaluable when my car broke down.
Right. Wow. Please, team.
To establish the facts, can you do the splits?
Yes, I can.
Well, here's an interesting thing, because may I be the first to say, Kimberly, that you... I mean, I'm taking a risk saying it, but are pregnant.
I am pregnant.
Thank God. We wouldn't ask you to do the splits now, obviously.
If you want to see the splits,
Not
I
whilst you're
can
pregnant.
do them.
You could do the splits now, even though you're pregnant.
Yeah.
What are you, some kind of freak?
Let's hold that for a
I'm a
minute. Let's hold that.
dancer.
For now, let's assume she can.
Hang on. The whole nation now wants to see
You're turning down the chance
splits.
to see a pregnant pussycat doll do the splits.
Look,
I can't believe it.
It's not the whole nation. It's roughly half.
That is so untrue.
Okay, ready?
Kimberly, I'm very happy to tell you, it's a boy.
OK, let's assume that she can do the split.
She can do the split.
But the card doesn't say I can do the splits, does it? The card says What did the car say again?
My ability to do the splits proved invaluable when my car broke down.
OK, so what happened?
Yes.
So I was driving to LA to look for a job as a dancer, and my car started smoking and, like, leaking. So I pulled to the nearest truck stop or...
Petrol station.
Petrol station, thank
Services.
you. Yes. And wanted to fix the car myself. So I intended to lift the bonnet.
Good start.
Assess the situation and fix it.
Right.
But the bonnet of the car was really heavy.
Can I not just check? Don't you lot call it the hood?
I do, but I've been living here for 5 years, so my language is starting to shift.
Or get better, as we call it.
My husband says he's fixing me, yes. So the bonnet is really heavy, and the thing that holds the bonnet up is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, dear.
I'm in a pickle. So I look...
Is your leg about to...
So I look for a
you're not going to
stick.
tell... No way! Is that where this is leading?
I know I want to put oil in my car, and I need 2 hands to do it.
No.
So the shop helped me make, like, a funnel.
No.
And I had the other hand with the oil, but I needed to get the bonnet up. So I used my leg.
No.
What couldn't you get a truck driver?
Fill the oil.
Whoa. Oh, even better. There was someone helping you with the thing. Why didn't you say, actually, is there any chance you could hold it? And that's when the little Welsh helper said, no, I think it's better that you do it. I think it'd be better if you did it.
So the hood is up, you've got your leg up. What happened then?
Then I was putting oil in my car, in the engine. I heard a couple of guys chuckling.
While doing the splits?
While doing the
Why
split.
didn't you ask the guys to help you?
Well, you know what, Lee? That's exactly what happened. I turned around and I said, do you want to help me?
And
they
these
both...
2 chuckling guys, they weren't the Chuckle Brothers, were they?
They may have been.
All
They
right.
crossed their arms and said, mm-mm,
No.
and continued to laugh.
So is there not a world in which you can put everything on the floor, lift the hood up with one hand, take the lid off, get the funnel, put the funnel
Hang on,
in...
where are you putting the chicken and the fox?
I suppose you're reaching down a bit, but I suppose it's tricky. But it would definitely be... It would be tricky, but it would be higher up the list than I'll use my foot.
So what do you think? Is it the truth?
What I can't believe is that if 2 old gits won't come and help you, of all people, to do your car, then America is finished. So I kind of don't believe it, really. I can't believe that 2 people wouldn't
Because
help.
this has turned the British
If it
public.
was me...
Up until now, we were quite positive about your country.
Yeah. The special relationship ends
It
here.
ends now.
So, Lee, what's it going to be?
So you're both saying a lie. I'll go with my team and say it's got to be a lie.
It's a lie. Kimberly, truth or lie?
It is... true.
No!
I missed Kanye West's entire set at Glastonbury because I was trapped in my sleeping bag.
Lee's team.
When you say trapped in your sleeping bag, I'm picturing a sleeping bag as something you can just sort of... If it doesn't unzip, you just crawl out the big end at the end. The head end. What's it called? The hole?
The orifice.
The orifice.
I just call it the orifice of rest.
Yes.
It was one of these sleeping bags where you can zip up your whole...
Oh, your head was in it?
Yeah,
so you had
yeah.
just your little face showing?
Well, no.
That's a sort of CSI use that kind of sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Where does the
All right.
zip go on the sleeping bag?
So it's like you zip up and then...
And all the way down?
Yeah, but then it comes to a point.
So you've gone in, you've zipped all the way down, up and down.
I'd basically got in and at some point I'd got like a piece of material caught in the zip.
Did
and
you
then
feel
the worst
it?
part about it was...
You were suffocating to death.
the worst part about it was that everyone went to Kanye, and so my screams were, no one could hear me.
They thought
shout.
you were just very enthusiastic
Yeah.
about Kanye West.
Yeah, they were like, I was like, no, please. They're like, yeah.
Were you sharing this tent with someone?
Yeah. It was like a big teepee.
How many of you were in the big teepee?
7.
7.
Odd number?
Did you not think to just sort of crawl out to the sort of...
Oh, actually wiggle out.
Yeah. Why don't you crawl...
Kanye, like a caterpillar.
Yeah, why don't you crawl to the front flap and ask for help?
I didn't think of that.
You didn't think? How long were you in there for?
I don't know, it's quite comfortable, ultimately.
So, is the real truth of this story is that you woke up and thought, I can't be bothered, and went back to sleep again?
So what do you think, Lee? Is he telling the truth?
I find it hard to believe that there is a sleeping bag that exists that zips up all the way around.
It's a weird way to zip.
All the way around?
Yeah. Lee, you're sitting there and saying you don't think it's possible
I don't
to get a
think you
sleeping
can.
bag
Oh, no.
with a zip that goes all the way around.
No, you're missing the point.
By this.
Why can you not get a sleeping bag that zips all the way up the side, goes over the head, and then just stops about here? What's the benefit of it going all the way down to the bottom?
Warmth.
Are you absolutely insane? How does that make it warmer than it goes all...
Because heat stays in.
No, but it stays in my version because there's no gap at the side. The zip goes up the side. It goes at the top. You open it like a book, but the bit in the middle is joined together. You get in like a little sandwich maker. It closes up again. You pop your head out the faceless coffin, and then you zip it from the inside like that. This is the way to go.
Pointless conversation.
Is everyone following my version?
Imagine you're in a...
No, we've got to move on now, Rob.
Imagine you're in...
Are we saying it's the truth or a lie?
I'm saying it's a lie.
We're saying it's the truth.
I think it's true.
We're saying it's truth.
Right, you're in a tent, right?
Truth. What's your point? Is it truth or a lie?
Don't you do anything without I am in charge of this.
Press the button,
You do it, that's it, you don't win anything.
Jordan. Don't listen to him. Press the button. Is it truth or a lie?
Don't you dare. Lee, zip it.
All the way round or just halfway?
What are you saying, Lee?
It is...
Not yet.
No, he
wait.
won't. He'll go berserk.
I'm
His only role is to say when to press the button.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
I think it's true.
Then we go true.
You're going to say true. Jordan, was it the truth or was it a lie?
You can press it now.
No. You don't tell him when to press it.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
No, that's not how it works.
Rob, I wasn't telling him. It's
Right.
fine.
You wait. I'm going back. I'm going to tell you again.
Oh, it's a lie, sorry.
A bodyguard once rushed me to safety after a fan went to extreme lengths to get into my hotel room.
Oh, this is ringing bells with you, Lee. Off you go.
What was the extreme lengths this fan went to?
Basically, we unloaded our suitcases off the tour bus and she had got herself into a suitcase and planted it.
Was she called Mrs. Houdini? What are you talking about?
Obviously, someone must have put her there.
Was it zipped up?
I think so.
So I'm picturing it more like Scooby-Doo, like a potato sack tied with rope, and it's sort of moving. And they're saying, whose bag's this? And she said, no one, just take it to Aston's room.
Was it a woman or a man?
Oh, no, we were told it was a girl.
So you never saw this girl?
Might you have packed her in the previous hotel? You know, it's a bit of a crazy night and you're packing your stuff, and the next thing you know, she turns up at the next Premier Inn.
Yeah, no.
Did you get any description of this girl?
She was all right, apparently, but that was...
What are you thinking, Michaela?
I'm thinking it's probably true. I mean,
Yeah.
fans do crazy things, don't they?
It's hard, isn't it? I think it might be true.
I think it might be a lie, but I'm going to go
Well,
with...
I'm going to change my mind and go with you, then.
No, we can't do that. If you say true and you say true, and I go, well, I think it's a lie, but we'll go true. I'm covered
captain,
both
though,
ways,
right?
aren't I? But this way now...
You're on this every week. You don't get Greg Wallace tasting a meal and going, I don't know, what do you think of it?
In that case, we're going to say it's a lie.
You say it's a lie. Aston, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It's true.
As part of my vocal warm-up, in the hour before any Boyzone show, instead of speaking, I would insist on singing everything I had to say.
Right, there we are, Lee's team.
Right.
Would you sing it in just any melody, or would it have to be a Boyzone song melody?
No, it was like that monotone, like a musical. Do you know?
Monotone, so it was a Boyzone.
It was like a Boyzone. Same note most of the time. I stuck on the same note. I knew I fed him that line. I thought, why did I do it?
All right, so look, we're in the dressing room.
Yeah.
I'm your road manager, lovely salt-of-the-earth guy from Dublin called Mikey. And I've come in to ask you...
He was in the band.
This is Mikey 2.
OK, Mikey 2.
And I've come in to ask you, right? So, Ronan, we're looking forward to the show tonight, so we are. Now, what would you like to be eating before the show? What can I get you?
I don't want anything to eat before the show. Basically, it was Barry Gibb from the Bee Gees, and he told me that this was a great tool for warming up before the show.
And is that what he was doing?
That's what he does. He does.
Do you want a packet of crisps?
Yes,
I do.
He still
that
does
must have been very irritating.
Yeah. So,
hang on a minute. Your promoter has come into the dressing room.
Yeah.
All right, Ronan. Listen, we got to shift your car.
Yeah.
What's the registration number?
HZV 903.
And where would you like us? Hang on. Where would you like us to put it? We can put it round the front, or we can stick it up the back. What would you prefer?
Stick it up the back.
Well, there's a ringtone right there.
Yeah, right.
What do you think, Ellie? How does this strike you?
Yeah, I think it could be true. Because Adele, she didn't speak for ages to protect her voice.
What do you mean for ages?
She had something wrong with her voice, so she had like one of those extra... I think she had an extra... Oh, I made that bit out of an extra sketch. Maybe she just had a notepad. I think...
Is there a chance
I've mixed up Adele and Toy Story. That's what's happened.
Would be any less efficient way of getting notes to people rather than just sketch.
You could draw a lovely house.
You definitely need some technique before you go on. That seems to me very credible.
Yeah, but
perfectly
the bit that I believe everything about it apart from the monotone. It would be an odd thing to get your voice warmed up by singing only one note. So I think it's a lie.
You're saying it's...
A lie.
A lie. OK, Ronan.
OK,
Truth or lie?
Unfortunately, lads, it's a lie.
When I was Baby Spice, I mainly just ate baby food.
David Steve.
So you only ate baby food?
Yeah. So I moved in with the girls. We lived together, and we didn't have very much money. So I used to eat baby food.
What were the other girls eating at this stage?
Beans on toast, corned beef and rice.
Corned beef and rice? Who was eating that?
Who do you think?
I'd go for Mel B.
Yeah.
No, I just eat it.
It would never occur to me to eat baby food. How did you discover that?
It was either my nephew or a cousin, a baby, and I must have just tasted it.
What were you were stealing baby food off a child.
I still do it now with my own kids.
What were your stools like?
I don't think that question's ever been asked before on this show.
I'm going to answer that.
But because
you
having...
don't have to answer
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Because having been an active father with nappy changing, I know the effect that stuff has on your system.
I think there's a trajectory. What you're talking about is when a baby goes from just having milk to having the first baby food, there is a marked change in the nature of the stool. Basically, it turns into normal excrement, which is not very nice, from being extremely, the most pleasant of the excrements is the excrement of a baby before it is weaned. I'm not saying it's an actively nice substance, but of all the excrement, it's definitely my favourite.
I've got to just say, David, on behalf of the team, thank you for getting us past Sean's awkward moment.
Thank you. If you like, I'll rank all of the excrements. So I would prefer horse to dog. Who wouldn't? No one puts dog on their roses.
Tell you what, why don't you relax for a little while? So, what are you going to say?
I think it's a lie.
What do you think?
I think it's false.
We're going to go lie.
You're saying it's a lie. Right. Emma, truth or lie?
Unfortunately, it's true.
A singing coach once refused to give me lessons because he said my voice was so bad there was nothing he could do for me.
Please, team.
Gosh. How old were you, Lou?
About 25?
So quite recently, then?
Yes.
I'm kidding.
Did you sing a song to exhibit your skills?
Yeah, he had a microphone in the middle of the room and said just, you know, belt out of tune to see where I was at, sort of musically.
What was this for?
I was in a band, yeah.
What was the band?
Jeff Leppard.
Jeff Leppard?
What is that? Is that a Def Leppard tribute band?
No, just five girls having a nice time.
But it wasn't a tribute band.
We did 3 of our own Jeff Leppard songs, and we did 1 Def Leppard song as a nod.
Do you remember the titles of any of those songs?
Yeah, Rocking in the Evening with my friend called Stevening.
I didn't know that was one of yours.
How did that go?
Rocking in the evening with my friend called Stevening.
I mean, the range is incredible.
You couldn't let the producers know that Lou's having a breakdown, could you?
Was it the band's idea to send you for singing lessons?
Yeah, so it's just
And how
me.
did that conversation go?
Was
it awkward?
No, because I knew that I was sort of limited in certain areas. I was a great front man. What do you call it? A front lady? That sounds rude.
You're a great band, but I don't like the look of your front lady.
What song did you do at the lesson?
It was the one from Mannequin. And, you know, I'll just sing it, and then you'll know it. And we can build this dream together.
There were certainly some of the notes.
I think I need to stop you there, Rob. It's true. Yeah, but she could be good at acting.
But
Perhaps she's
maybe
got the
I'm
voice of an
bluffing.
angel and she's lying.
La 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 la.
I don't know, Les.
I now think it's a lie.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? I'll go with my team.
OK, saying it's a lie. Lou, truth or lie?
True.
Every morning, I wash my face with sparkling water.
Right. David's team.
What brand of sparkling water?
To be honest, I don't actually have a brand. I have the machine at home, the bubbler machine. So
Oh,
you just
like
put
a soda stream.
soda
sort of thing.
streamers.
Right. So do you have this machine in the bathroom?
No, my routine is I wake up, put my little under-eye masks on, go down to the kitchen, bubble my water, come up, wash my face, and then get in the shower.
That's exactly the same as Rob's routine.
Well, I do bubble my water, but I think it means something else.
Why? Why do you do that?
Why do I do it? Well-
What's the point in having fizzy water on your face?
I read once that if you use fizzy, bubbly, sparkly water on your face, it opens up the pores for
Right.
whatever cleanser or face wash you're going to use, gets in there as really good like that.
We have a medical man, and I don't mean Lee. We've got Zand here. Is there any truth? I've never heard that. Is there truth in that?
It's interesting, Rob. At medical school, there is no lecture on preparing your face for cosmetics with spark. It's like not a thing.
All right, smart Alec. I was elevating you with that question, but if you want to have combat with me for the rest of the night, you are very welcome to it, my friend.
That's quite a complex skin routine. Are you taking the fizzy water away with you? My, travels for work a lot.
Yes.
You travel for work a lot.
What do you do when you're travelling for work?
In every hotel minibar, there is a fizzy water.
She's got us.
So you go to a machine. What do you put the water in to bring it to the sink?
Just like a bottle of water, empty bottle of water or a big mug. Just do a couple scoops.
You see, I would worry that my pores might be different, but I would worry that my pores, the sort of acridness of the fizz, would make my pores close up in fear.
That sound like the start of a really bad advert that you were doing for skin cream.
The acidness of the fizz makes me fearful. But now, with oil of Ulay...
Right, what are you thinking? Is Maya telling the truth or is it a lie?
My bit is the details, is the bring in the water. She said a bottle or a mug. A mug is that much water, that's not doing a face. And then you put the stuff on...
No, it's just whatever's next to the sink. You know, sometimes you might have an empty
If you're doing it
Evian.
every day, you'd have a set system. But
Yeah, it's exactly. It's a very fastidious process that you're undergoing. But the idea that, oh, I don't know, that had a lasagna in it yesterday. Fine, I'll use that.
So what are you going to say?
Instinctively, I think it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
We're going to go lie.
OK. Maya, truth or lie?
It is... a lie!
I only found out Madness were trying to replace me when I saw an advert looking for a new singer.
Right.
Oh, what era of Madness?
Quite early on. 78, this was.
Oh, so you'd had no hits at this point?
No, definitely not.
Was there a good feeling in the band, or were you thinking there might be something up soon?
Well, it wasn't until I saw the advert. I thought it was going great. Yeah, I was very surprised.
You thought it must be love, yeah?
That's very good. But it turned out to be a bit of an embarrassment.
Yeah! Come on! I'm enjoying it even if you're not.
Is that another one of those songs?
I saw this advert in
Where was it, by the way, the advert?
It was in a music paper called Melody Maker.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was just looking through that and I saw an advert that said, semi-professional North London band seek professionally minded singer.
Why risk letting you know by putting the name Madness in the advert?
Well, this is it. They didn't put the name in.
Oh, so how did you find out?
Because I seen the keyboard player's phone number at the bottom. So I went to a phone box and I called him up.
You actually phoned him?
What happened was I put on a posh voice, as you would, you know.
Oh, please do it, please do it.
I said, hello, Mike. I'm a bit of a singer. I'm inquiring about the job in your band.
Then he's thinking, rock and roll.
Just out of interest, what's happened to the old one? He said, we couldn't keep him no more. He wasn't taking it seriously. He was going to football on Saturdays instead of coming to rehearsals.
Was that true?
And that was true.
And so how did the conversation then carry on?
You absolute rotter, I said. And he said, is that you, Suggs? Listen, we could do with you back in the band, actually, playing drums. I said, well, what's happened to John, the drummer? He said, oh, no, he's auditioning for singer. And they got a couple of gigs with a new singer, and then he left. And with a few gigs imminent, it turns out I was the only one who knew the words. So they had to ask me back, even though they hated me.
How long after that incident were you on Top of the Pops?
Well, we were on Top of the Pops in 1979, so it wasn't that long. Yeah,
God.
so...
And you almost left the band?
No. They almost chucked me out.
Well, I was being nice.
Thank you.
So what do you think, Angelica? Is that the truth?
I think it could be true. Especially, you know, when new bands get together, they're ambitious, they want to make it big.
What do we think?
A tricky one.
You think it's true?
I'm happy to go true.
I'll go with
Go on, we'll say true.
Say it's true. OK. Was it true or was it a lie?
It was, in fact, true.
During lockdown, I cut my son's hair so badly, I gave him £20 to tell his dad he'd done it himself.
David's team.
So what went wrong with the styling?
I am really bad with cutting my son's hair. I've tried a few times with different kids, and...
All your own, though?
yeah.
What was the look you were going for?
Just to make it shorter, just a trim.
And if you had to pick between, say, mine and Rob's and Lee's, what would have been the dream style?
Yeah. You're looking like a woman who needs more options.
Well, no, I was thinking none of you really have the same hair as Ray. It's almost like quite surfer dude at the moment, and I just tried to give it so that he could just see again.
Surfer dude, so David.
How did your husband, their dad, react?
So he guessed pretty quickly, but I think Richard mainly found it funny, luckily.
Oh, OK. That's lucky, because it's pretty awful.
What, the bribery bit?
Well, all of it, actually.
I mean, you imagine that, taking money for lying. Who among us would do that?
So what's it going to be?
I think true, because as someone who uses bribery regularly in parenting, I would say that's completely plausible.
I can completely believe the story. I just think you've priced yourself wrong. It's too much. Well, you've got to be thinking chocolate. That's the thing. Because the thing about chocolate is that children really like it, but it's incredibly inexpensive. My parents brought me up to believe that a chocolate digestive cost about £75.
All right, so what's it going to be?
I think it's a lie. I don't
It's a
think she
lie.
would do that.
It's true. I think we're going to go lie.
Sophie, truth or lie?
Luckily, I was lying.
Whenever I'm in the recording studio, I can only rap in complete darkness.
Well, David, what are the chances that somebody else has the same method as you? What do you think?
Complete darkness?
Complete, absolute nothing on.
Why?
Because I don't like anybody to see me when I'm performing. It's a bit weird, actually, when I think about it.
But you've got, like, 60 million views on YouTube.
It's different, though, because it's just me and the cameraman. And then, you know, when you get into the studio, it's quite intimate.
I feel anxious about the fire escape light. What would you do about that?
Classic Mike. She's talking rap, you're talking health and safety.
So let me ask you this, then. If it's total darkness, you can't be looking at any lyric... I was going to say sheet music, but I suppose if you're rapping, it's not that.
I'm so sorry about my granddad.
You can't be looking at lyrics. Have you memorised the lyrics, or are you improvising the lyrics?
Sometimes I will be prepared, so I've already written the lyrics in my phone.
Well, for your generation, the phone is a companion, isn't it? It's more than it is for Lee, which is sort of a lifeline. It's a friend, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Have you got the red button in the bathroom now as well?
Yes. And what about the other musicians in the studio?
So there was a time when I randomly ended up in studio with Peter Andre.
Peter Andre?
Yeah, so weird, isn't it?
Wow.
And
But his orange glow just lit up the room.
But he genuinely was saying, you know, what are you doing? I was like, this is the only way I can record.
So how did it come about?
So that came about because I was on the Celebrity Circle.
Lisa, for the sake of older guys like Lee, just explain the circle and what it was.
Right, so the Celebrity Circle, it was basically... It's like a text screen. And you can only
For Rob, can you explain what texting is?
It's just that little thing on your phone when you press
For Lee,
send.
can you explain what a screen is? It's not that thing they bring round the bed when they change your dressing. It's a different sort.
For Rob, could you just speak a bit louder?
For Lee, could you not make any sudden movements?
Could you take Rob to the toilet?
What are we thinking? Philippa, this is one for a psychotherapist to unpick.
It's a lie, no.
You don't believe it? No, because I believe it.
And you're quite excited by it
Yeah,
as
no,
well,
no,
which is nice to see.
What do you think?
I think she's playing you like a fiddle. I think lie.
I'm very comfortable with this scenario because if you both think it's a lie, I'm not going to overrule you. We'll go lie, but I'll say, oh, actually, I thought it was true, and that is win-win. We are going to say lie.
All right, let's find out. Lady Leisha, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It was the truth.
I once turned down an invitation to meet Prince because I wanted to stay at home and watch Only Connect.
Lee's team.
What's Only Connect?
Are you serious?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
This is awkward. David's wife hosts it.
I'm with you there. Thanks,
You don't know
Ellie.
either.
No.
Oh, well, I mean, thank you for taking the opportunity to... Let's not leave any stone unturned in terms of not having heard of
Well, let's
the
just
programme.
check then. Mist, have you heard of Only Connect? Only Connect is one of the most intelligent... Is quiz? Is a
It quiz is- it is
You
a
haven't
quiz.
seen it either, have you? Yes, I have. Of course I've seen it. I have seen it. Only Connect, hosted by Victoria Coren Mitchell, who inexplicably married David.
Anyway, what was the situation where you got invited to meet Prince?
He rather fell in love with my furniture.
It's funny, actually, because my dog was called Prince and he fell in love with the furniture.
Did he? But no, my office had a call from Prince's people saying that he was coming to the UK doing a series of smallish tours, and he wanted Lawrence Llewellyn Furniture to be part of his green room experience.
Are you a big Prince fan?
Yes, actually, back in my youth, I was a really very passionate Prince fan.
So wouldn't that have been a big thing for Prince to actually purchase some of your furniture?
Huge! Absolutely enormous thing.
That quiz must have been good, innit?
He knows.
It is a very good quiz.
What happens on Only Connect, Lawrence? No one else answers.
That's a very good question,
So
actually.
it's sort of general knowledge. There are hieroglyphics involved.
Name them.
There is the horned viper.
Is there? Her name is Victoria.
That one just slipped out.
I am so sorry. I couldn't. I saw the open goal. I had to get in before him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just so you know, don't ever kneel behind the desk in David's crotch again. OK, so that's true, yeah. And where were you going to meet him?
After one of his gigs. And, of course, that was his last thing before, you know, he then no longer existed. You know, we did rather miss the opportunity.
Please tell me you didn't do the speech at the funeral.
No.
Did he do a tour of Britain or just one venue?
I think this was part of a tour because we had to move the furniture around.
So the furniture went with him. Every single green room was decked with this stuff.
It was.
So it was a bit of a contract for you.
Can you not sneer when you say this stuff? Okay.
So basically, he's gone to you, DFS is closed.
What are we going to say? What do you think? Truth or lie?
I want to say it's a lie, but I think it's true.
Do you? What do we think?
I'm going to say it's a lie.
OK, you say lie, you say true.
Truth.
So it's all down to you.
So I'm going to go with Jade.
OK, you're saying it's true.
Yes.
Lawrence, Prince, truth or lie?
It is true.
Bono once fixed the flush on my downstairs loo.
Please, team.
Is that a euphemism?
Might be worth saying, Kimberly, for some of the younger viewers, Bono, of course, is the lead singer of Spandau Ballet. Sorry, you too.
I thought you were going to explain what a loo was.
And so what happened?
So we were on tour in Ireland.
And when are we talking about, Kimberly? What year would
So
this
this would have been like mid-2005-ish, I reckon.
OK.
And we were staying in these kind of like apartments. So it was the toilet downstairs in the apartment.
OK.
So basically, I went out to like the concierge type bit in the apartment block.
Bono wasn't working as the concierge, was he?
And Bono actually happened to be in the reception area at the same time. So I start shouting off that the loo's blocked. So then we start chatting, and then he's like, "Oh, sure, I'll fix the loo."
Was he wearing sunglasses?
Yeah, he always wears sunglasses.
That is him.
Is that
Always wears sunglasses.
So how exactly did Bono unblock that toilet?
So he lifts up, what's it called? The cistern. Fiddles around with that floaty thing, the ball cock, and he's like, "Bob's your uncle." Life lesson learned from Bono. Brilliant.
Were all girls allowed in the same apartment?
No, we had two between us.
Who were you with?
I was with Cheryl.
So you and Cheryl, what, in a twin room? Or
No,
did you have your
we
own
had
bedroom?
our own rooms. Don't get carried away.
If I was getting carried away, I wouldn't have said twin beds, I'd have said a double bed, wouldn't I? And trust me, I wouldn't have had in the background the idea that your toilet was blocked.
What are you thinking, Sam?
Oh, can I ask, being in like a famous pop group, is that just a roller coaster?
Yes, it is. It really
That's quite a very general question, Sam.
I think it's true. I think that it's not you in your highest moment, so I think to present this is really brave.
The bit I don't like is the concierge going, "Yes, I'll just sort that out for you. Wait a minute, I'll sort this out." Oh, it's right, Bono from U2 is going to do it, that's all right.
So what do you think? Is it the truth?
I think it's a lie.
All right, we'll go with lie.
OK, you're going to say it's a lie. Kimberly, was it a lie or was it actually the truth?
It was, of course, a lie.